I do live in what's referred to as lake country in Georgia. We have over 800 miles of shoreline in my district. And for clarification and simplification, let me just say that dams protect us both from floods and drought. And I think that's just an important thing for us to come to just a basic understanding, which I know we know, but it's good for it to be restated. Mr. Dietrich, let me go to you. I'm no expert by any means on California, but my basic understanding is current population there is ballpark 39 million, but the water supply is really suited for approximately 22 million. Is that your understanding?
That's a fair characterization.
Fair characterization. All right, so I also am under the impression that California is expected to double in size by 2050 and have approximately 80 million. If that's the case, what in the world are they going to do? What needs to happen to catch up from currently being behind in the capacity of water, and what in the world needs to happen to be prepared for the influx of population growth?
It's going to absolutely take a portfolio approach in every area, but number one is that we are going to have increased storage in the state of California. You cannot put water in the ground when there's a flood. You have to put water in the ground off-season, and in order to do that, you have to store it when it comes down. So storage is absolutely vital. We have to find additional storage that can be built as soon as possible in the state of California.
Sounds like it's going to require a significant amount of storage as well. Now, going along with that, we also all know how much produce is provided for our country that comes out of California, just with fruits and nuts and vegetables, all that sort of thing. Probably 50% or so for our country comes out of California. If what you just highlighted does not take place, the increase of storage capacity for water, how would that impact the rest of the country in terms of produce coming out of California?
The safe and affordable food supply that comes out of the Central Valley and all of California is going to be in jeopardy. I cannot tell you at this time to what degree, other than it's going to be significant. There's only two ways that you can deal with this. It's to control the demand, which is going to require fallowing and land taken out of production, on top of all of the other things that we already are doing, which is conservation, water use efficiency, reuse, all of that, or increased supply. And Representative McClintock represented the situation fairly when he said it's just a matter of where the precipitation falls and the timing of the precipitation. So in order to control that, we have to have additional storage.
I think your point is well taken, and it seems obvious to me that you're barking up the right tree in terms of a solution. One of you mentioned a while ago, someone briefly, about the Endangered Species Act. How has Endangered Species Act complicated water rights, or has it?
Well, I believe that the solution is going to be a collaborative effort. I am in no way proposing that the Endangered Species Act be eliminated. What I propose is that it be managed and implemented in an equitable and scientific and fair way. I understand that the collaboration is required between all of the stakeholders and the agencies. There's things that we can do that are non-flow projects that will increase habitat and increase the viability and the propagation of endangered species that don't have to do with water flow. Water flow is essential, obviously, but there's many other projects that we need to undertake to mitigate the harm to the endangered species. I believe that some of the characterization today has been unfair, although I understand that this is going to be an effort that we all are going to be involved in. Mr. Nelson's problem, Mr. Eibach's problem, and our farm problem are all very much related.
I thank each of our witnesses. Thank you for your answers, and I yield back.